In Python, we write conditional statements using the keyword if. And here is the syntax. The if statement starts with the keyword if, followed by a boolean condition, and we also need to put a colon sign after the condition. Then in new lines, after giving some indent, we need to write one or more statements, and this set of statements is called the block of code for the if statement, and these statements will be executed if this condition is evaluated as true. If the condition is false, then the statements here will be ignored and will not be executed. Now look at the flowchart. Here the control of the program enters the if statement, and here the condition is checked. If the condition is evaluated as true, then the control goes into the if block and the statements here will be executed, and the control will go to the immediate next statement after the if statement. And if the condition is evaluated as false, then the control of the program will follow this route and will go to the immediate next statement after the if statement. And no action is mentioned in this branch, so nothing will be happened. In our earlier example, we had used the keyword if for writing conditional statements in Python. Here, we'll use another keyword else for the same purpose. And here is the syntax. It consists of two keywords. One is if and the other is else. And here goes the condition. And we have to put a colon symbol after the condition. Also, we need to put the colon symbol after else keyword also. And this set of statements or this block of code will be executed if this condition is true. And if this condition is false, then this set of codes will be executed. Now look at the flowchart here. The control of the program reaches the if-else construct, and the condition is checked first, and if this condition is true, then the control of the program enters this block of code and the codes are executed, and the control of the program goes to the immediate next statement after the if-else block. And if the condition is false, then the control of the program branches this way and reaches this block of code, and these codes are executed. And after execution of this code, the control of the program reaches to the immediate next statement after the if-else construct. This way, both for the false and true part, a different set of codes or statements are executed here. Now let's move to the last form of if conditional statements. Here three keywords are used: if, elif, and else. Elif is actually the contracted form of else if. We use this construct when we have to deal with multiple conditions or multiple choices. Let's first look at the syntax here. Here, as we can see, there are many conditional blocks: condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, condition 4, and so many more conditions. Wherever the condition is true, the respective block of code. These are the block of codes for each condition. Wherever the condition is true, the respective block of codes will be executed and the control of the program will move to the immediate next statement after the if block, and the rest of the codes will be ignored. If none of the conditions is true, the else block If none of the conditions is true, the else block of codes will be executed and the control of the program will move to the immediate next statement after the if block. Now let's look at the flowchart. Now look at the flowchart. As soon as the flow control reaches here, the condition is checked. If it is true, these statements are executed. If this condition is false, then the control goes to this block and this condition is checked. If it is true, then these statements are executed. If this condition is false, then the control goes to the next condition. In this way, a number of conditions are checked, and whenever the condition is true, the block of codes corresponding to that condition are executed and the control of the program reaches the immediate next statement after the if-elif-else block. In this way, multiple conditions are dealt with here and the corresponding set of codes are executed.